Hi, ladies and gentlemen. Middle Guy back again today. Hope everyone's having a wonderful day. And today I want to talk about this new legislation that's being introduced by the complete and utter incompetent morons that run the state of California. It's legislation to allow citizens to sue big oil for climate change disasters. Now, this is just beyond stupid to me. It's bordering on retarded, actually. And the main moron behind it is just a reprehensible idiot. He's disgusting, and he's just everything that's wrong with politicians. So, without any further ado here, let's get into this video.
The weekend rain gave crews in Southern California some aid as they battle those deadly wildfires there, but it's really a double-edged sword, with mudslides remaining a top concern. Mud flows led to a partial closure of the famous PCH, Pacific Coast Highway, in the Palisades fire area yesterday. And those dangerous road conditions also forced multiple schools in the city of Malibu to close for today.
Yeah, this is a direct result of the mismanagement of California leadership.
And the wet weather persists through the rest
Anybody in California knows why these fires were so bad.
of the day. Crews continue to tackle four active fires currently burning right now. The Palisades fire still burns, the Eaton fire, the Hughes fire in LA County are all almost fully contained. And while the border
3 weeks in, unbelievable.
2 fire in San Diego County is now at 40% containment. But as we look ahead to the rebuilding, the repopulation phase, those affected by the fires are in need of some huge financial relief. To alleviate some of that stress, California lawmakers introduced major legislation to make big oil pay for disaster damage homeowners and businesses experience in natural disasters like this. Here to go over the details is California State Senator
This little weasel dick.
Scott Wiener, who helped introduce the bill. Scott, thanks so much for being with us.
This dude is a fucking moron.
We understand this bill is meant to improve insurance affordability by putting much of the cost on fossil fuel companies.
How are you going to sue a company who had nothing directly to do with these fires, yet PG&E, who was caught and found liable for causing the fires and fined, they allowed them to raise their rates 5 times in this past year to cover for their losses that they had to pay out in these lawsuits. But big oil, which has nothing to do with any of this whatsoever at all, unless they can show some actual factual correlation, because that's what you need in court, is actual evidence, not your fucking feelings or your made up fantasies about what may happen that never actually fucking comes true. You need evidence. This is what California leadership wastes fucking time and money on. Stupid ass shit like this. This is why California is a fucking shithole.
Can you go over how that would exactly work?
Yeah, so we have escalating climate-fueled disasters, including
Complete bullshit. They're not climate fueled at all. This guy is such a fucking liar.
the most recent in Los Angeles in the middle
It's a lie.
of
It has nothing to do with the climate.
This shows how bad it's getting. We're having the worst wildfires in California history in the middle of winter. And we know that
What's changed besides the lack of leadership and the lack of prevention and maintenance and management? Nothing has. California's weather has always been the same. Have you ever heard the song "It Never Rains in Southern California"? Because it doesn't. They know this. Yet they allowed a reservoir to be offline and empty for 11 months, and they did zero fire management to try to mitigate damages if there was a fire that broke out.
this is imposing huge costs on taxpayers, and of course on all the victims.
No, what causes a problem with the taxpayers is when you take our money and you don't do what you're supposed to do with it. This is just a blatant avoidance of accountability for these elected officials is what this is. They just want to shift the blame to oil companies when they have nothing to do with this.
Also on policyholders, because insurance costs are exploding and people...
Gee, why are insurance costs exploding? Because of the mismanagement of California. That's why insurance companies told you this a while ago. They've been telling you this for years. And then you, in return, tell them, no, you can't raise your rates to compensate yourself to cover the risk that's involved. Sorry. And then so they leave the state, and then you blame them for leaving the state.
If they're not being dropped, at times can't even afford their insurance.
And that's your fault.
And the party that's not at the table and doesn't have skin in the game is the fossil fuel industry.
Yeah, because they've done nothing to cause this. They shouldn't even be involved in this whatsoever at all, you idiot.
Oil companies who have been fueling climate change, who knew decades ago that their product was fueling climate change, who suppressed.
Where's the evidence? Show me the evidence, because the climate changes every day. This makes no goddamn sense at all. This is why climate change is a hoax.
That science and obstructed our transition to clean energy, and they should contribute. And that's why what the bill will do is it'll allow people who are harmed to be able to sue fossil fuel companies to recover for the harm caused to them, their home.
How are they going to prove? Say an arsonist started one of these fires, and it caused all this damage. How are you going to turn around and sue an oil company, and then prove that the oil company caused this because some other asshole lit some shit on fire? Help this make sense to me, please.
Burn down, whatever the case may be, and it will also allow insurance companies to sue fossil fuel companies to recover for what they're paying out.
The only people that are going to win in this is the lawyers.
So that the increased cost doesn't get entirely passed along to insurance policyholders. So
that's ridiculous. But this is your fault because of your regulations and lack of action and management and prevention. But let's blame everyone else. Typical leftist Democrat moron. If progressive policies work, why aren't they working?
That's the gist of the bill.
Okay, and logistically wise, I mean, as you mentioned, the problem here, so many homeowners.
Why don't these people ever ask tough questions? The fucking journalists. I would ask them, how could this be tied to the fossil fuel companies? Where's your evidence that these fires were caused by climate change? Where's your evidence that they're causing climate change? You have none.
Have either been dropped or had their plans not renewed, pushing them into
directly because of the state's mismanagement.
Plan, really kind of the last resort.
Insurance companies told them this. They did nothing.
Sure, but it's also expensive. How is this bill going to work?
Everything in California is expensive because we're overregulated and overtaxed. Because we have progressive idiots in charge of this state.
Alongside that, is this going to subsidize what the state doesn't want to pay?
Yeah, that too, probably. Exactly, because the state's broke too, because they're fucking morons and they piss away money on illegal immigrants and homeless people and homeless drug addicts.
The bill also
spit it out, fucker.
For whether the benefits of the FAIR Plan suing the oil industry outweigh the costs, and if that evaluation shows that it makes sense.
It's not going to make sense because you're not going to win. Any case that they win will be taken to a higher court and it'll be thrown out because you have no evidence that they caused this. This is so stupid. This is like trying to sue a gun maker when someone shoots and kills someone else. How the fuck is it their fault? This is so dumb. This is even stupider than that, actually.
For the FAIR Plan to sue, then the FAIR Plan will be required to sue. Because again, if the FAIR Plan runs out of money, the money then comes effectively from policyholders and increased premiums for.
Bro, the state is out of money.
All of us, and so this is about bringing the oil industry to the table to participate in these massive costs. Not just from the LA wildfires, these are unprecedented.
This has nothing to do with oil companies, you mouth-breathing idiot.
The costs of the LA wildfires, just a complete catastrophe. But we've seen other wildfires in California in the last...
Yeah, none of which have been caused by climate change. Most of which have been caused by just lack of maintenance and care by PG&E and the state. This is so stupid. I like how they don't blame PG&E when they're actually the ones causing the fucking fires, though. They don't blame them at all because they already bought all these fucking politicians off.
A few months fueled by climate change. We've seen supercharged storms causing massive damage.
Supercharged storm. Give examples. He gives none. because there's no such thing as a supercharged storm. They're just making up these buzzwords, and it's stupid because idiots are believing it.
So this is an ongoing issue, and we have to grapple with it, and the oil industry has to be part of the solution.
Yeah,
The oil industry didn't cause it, you moron.
yeah, you're right. It seems like every year,
This dude wants like $50 a gallon gas now. Like, what the fuck is going on? Oh my God, I cannot get out of this state fast
California
enough.
has some kind of devastating wildfire. If this bill is passed, Senator,
Has
how
nothing
can
to
fire
do
victims
with
actually
climate
start
change.
using this new bill to their
This bill will never fucking pass. I guarantee this bill won't pass.
advantage? Would this be
And if it does, gasoline in California will be $20 to $30 a gallon.
able to benefit the victims of this latest wildfire?
No, because it won't be retroactive. You can't go back and charge and make up laws to charge someone with a crime. Well, unless that person's Donald Trump, and then they do that. But that's another story.
So yes,
He doesn't even know. Yes. No, it won't. You can't go back, dude. You can't make up a law and go back and sue somebody for it. That's ridiculous. This guy's an idiot. Who voted for this guy?
statute of limitations in the bill, meaning that if you're harmed and it's a climate fuel disaster, you have 3 years to file
How do you? Why didn't I want to know why she didn't ask him? How do you prove that it's a climate fuel disaster? Please explain that to me.
a suit. And so if the bill passes, and let me be clear, this is going to be a really hard bill to pass.
It's not going to pass. This is a complete waste of time and money. When they could be actually working on real solutions for real problems we have in California here. Like the illegal immigrants or the homeless. The crime. Gee, I don't know. Maybe we should address that. The unaffordability of fucking everything.
Extremely powerful.
No, let's go after the oil companies. Fuck that. Everything is their fault. Bah!
Powerful and has unending resources, and is really good at manipulating the politics.
No, you're good at manipulating it. You're good at manipulation. Because that's exactly what you're fucking doing here. You're trying to take one thing that has nothing to do with something and attach it to it and make them fiscally responsible for it when they're clearly fucking not. You are a moron.
Of these issues. But if it passes, then we believe that
Fucking snowball's chance in
that
hell.
there's a very good argument that the folks being harmed now will be able to sue.
This guy's a fucking idiot. I don't even know what to say to this because this is so stupid. It's almost comical, but if it wasn't so disgusting and sad, I would be laughing. This is California in a nutshell right here in this fucking bill. This happened here, but we're going to go over here and blame these people, even though they have literally nothing to do with it. But they have a lot of money, so we're going to sue them and try to take some of it away. No, socialism doesn't work. Sorry, assholes. This shit needs to fail. But this is just to give you a little bit of insight of the kind of shit that people in California that aren't retarded liberals deal with on a daily fucking basis. Thanks for watching, everybody. I appreciate it. Give me a comment, like, subscribe. Follow me on X because I'm always tearing liberals apart on there at MiddleGuy7, and I'll see everybody soon. Thank you.